Hello and welcome to Maths with Jacob. This lesson will focus on Venn diagrams. Venn diagrams usually consist of two or more circles that are situated inside a rectangle. Everything inside the rectangle represents the sample space. Venn diagrams show the logical and possible relations between different sets. Consider the following Venn diagram. Here's the rectangle which represents everything we are talking about, and it's called S, the sample space. The set A is the circle on the left-hand side. The set B is the circle on the right-hand side. Both of the circles are fully shaded. The diagram shows two sets A and B inside a rectangle that represents the sample space. Both circles are shaded. This represents the union of A and B. This contains all the items in set A or set B or both. In other words, it's everything here plus everything here plus everything here. So they're all the elements in set A only. They're the ones in set B only, and they're the ones in both. That's why it's called a union, when everything is shaded. Consider the next Venn diagram. Only this section here is shaded. This represents the intersection of A and B. These are the items in A and B. In other words, they're in both A and B. That's why it's called the intersection. The union of A and B is written A union B. That's just like a U. The intersection of A and B is written as A intersection B. It's like a U that's upside down. So they're the two short ways of writing union and intersection. Let's look at a typical exercise to do with Venn diagrams. So number one, let's look at the examples. In a class of 30 students, 19 play tennis, 17 play golf, and 6 play neither sport. Represent this information in a Venn diagram. Solution. If we add up the three numbers, we get 42. This does not make sense because there are only 30 students in the class. The only way this makes sense is if we have 12 students who play both sports. This is the intersection. So similar to the two circles we had on the previous slide, this will be tennis. That's anything inside this circle will be tennis. Anything inside that inside that circle will be called golf. They're the students who play golf. 12, because we had 42 when we added the three numbers up, which is 12 more than the class, the 12 must be here. Which means that has to be a 7, because 12 plus 7 is 19, because 19 play tennis. So that gives us the full contingent of the people who play tennis. Because that's a 12, that has to be a 5, because it says 17 play golf. 12 plus 5 is 17. And in the information we're given that 6 play neither sport. So when we add those four numbers, we get 30, which represents the exact number of students in the class. Now we can answer various questions. Number one, how many students play tennis only but not golf? Tennis only is this section here. 7 students. So the answer is 7. I've just repeated the diagram so we can easily answer the questions. Number 2. How many students play both sports? Both sports means the intersection. So it's 12. How many students play golf only but not tennis? Golf only, okay, but not tennis. 5. Just that section there. How many students play tennis or golf or both? Tennis or golf or both. That means those three numbers added together, which give us 24. If a student is selected at random, what is the probability that the student plays tennis? Okay, well, tennis is 7 plus 12, which is 19. So the probability that the student plays tennis will be 19 over 30. Of course, there are 30 students in the class. 19 of them play tennis, so that's the probability that a student who plays tennis will be selected. If a student is selected at random, what is the probability that the student plays tennis or golf or both? Tennis or golf or both. That's 24, so the probability will be 24 over 30, which is 4 over 5. So this video has introduced us to the idea of Venn diagrams, and we've had a very good example just to show us how Venn diagrams work. And it's a matter of just thinking about it very carefully, looking at the numbers, and once we put in all the numbers in the Venn diagram, any associated questions become reasonably easy to answer. You just have to be careful to put the correct numbers in initially.